Hello everyone, I'm Alpha Sumani and today we are doing the rest part of the chapter number 7, the poem Adventure Too Much. Okay, so in the previous lecture we had done the first half of the poem and today we'll be doing the second half of the poem. Okay, so up till now what has happened in the poem? There's a kid, there's a child who is making excuses for not completing his homework. There's a child who has not prepared his homework, so he is giving various adventures as an excuse that an adventure happened to him. An anaconda was there, a tiger was there, a bear was there. So that he's making excuses like these. He's making these unbelievable excuses to escape from the homework so that he can tell all these excuses to his teacher and the teacher forgives him for not doing his homework. Okay. So up till now, the child is sitting in his room and suddenly he says, what happens to him? A giant anaconda starts starts winding by his side. So the child is filled with apprehension. The child gets feared. He gets frightened and suddenly he moves away from there. He moves to the, where does he move? He moves to the stairs, right? So he moves down the stairs, he climbs down the stairs, and what he sees there, that a dozen grizzly bears. So dozen means 12. I had given that you in your vocab, right? So some child asked me that what is the meaning of dozen? So dozens means 12. When I say dozen bears, so dozen means 12 bears. When I say dozen apples, it means 12 apples. Okay. So dozen of anything is 12 of that thing. Okay. So dozen bears means 12 bears were waiting there. Okay. And then he tussles with the bears, he fights with the bears, and he escapes from there as well. When he escapes from there, now let's see what happens to him. When he escapes from the bears, where he goes next? That some tigers were coming towards him. So he's frightened of those as well, and he escapes from there as well. Okay. So now the assignment which I had given to you. Some of you are not submitting your assignments, which is not acceptable. All of you have to submit your assignments on Scholars ERP. Okay, so I'll be waiting for your assignments and you please complete your assignments. Okay, so let's discuss the assignment then. Question number 1. Why was the poet filled with apprehension? Why was the poet filled with apprehension? Because why was the poet feared? The poet was filled with apprehension because there was a giant anaconda by his side. Because there was a giant anaconda along his side. Okay. Question number 2. Whom was he greeted at the bottom of the stairs? Who was he greeted at the bottom of the stairs? When the child climbed down the stairs, who was he greeted with? He was greeted with whom? With a dozen grizzly bears. Okay. Question number 3. How did the poet manage to get himself free? So the poet tussled with the grizzly bears and that's how he escaped from the bears. The poet fighted with the bears and he escaped from the bears and he got himself free. Okay, so that's all about the poem. And now we'll be doing the second half of the poem. So up till now, the poet has escaped from the tigers as well. And now let's see what happens to the kid. I was rescued by an eagle that descended from the skies. Okay, so when the child was trying to escape from the tigers, who rescued him from there? Rescued means batalena. So then eagle came and he picked the child from there. So an eagle came, descended from the skies. Where did the eagle come from? The eagle descended from the skies. Descended means to come down. Okay, I descend from the stairs. I descend from the sky. So descend means to come down from a higher place. आप सीढ़ियां उतरते हो तो that's also called descending. आप आसमान से उतरे हो that's also called descending. When you come down from a higher place, it's called descending. Okay. So where did the eagle come from? The eagle descended from the skies, and I was rescued by an eagle that descended from the skies to embrace me with its talons. And what did the eagle do? Talons means panje. So what did the eagle do? Eagle picked the child into his talons. Eagle ने बच्चे को पंजे में उठा लिया. Now, is that possible that an eagle comes and he picks you in your talons? That is not possible, right? That is not believable. So such unbelievable excuses this child is giving for not completing his homework. Okay. So this is also an unbelievable excuse that एक eagle आया और मुझे पकड़ के ले गया. So that's an unbelievable excuse, right? So similarly, he will give more unbelievable excuses. Let's see what excuse he gives next. So an eagle came, it descended from the skies, and it caught the child into his talons. Okay, talons means panji. The eagle caught the child into his talons. To my terror and surprise. So when the eagle picked the child, what will be child's reaction? He was terrified. He was frightened. He was afraid, and he was surprised that eagle kahan se aaya. Okay, so the child was surprised that where did the eagle come from, and he was terrified also. He was frightened also. But that raptor lost its purchase. But the eagle picked the child, but the eagle lost the child. उसने उसको गिरा दिया, उससे छूट गया वो बच्चा. Okay, so the child now it has escaped from the eagle. How? The eagle picked the child, but जो बच्चा था वो उससे छूट गया, eagle से छूट गया. So the eagle lost the child from his talons. When a blizzard made me sneeze and it dropped me in a thicket. Now after the eagle, what comes? A blizzard comes. Blizzard means snowstorm. बहुत तेज तूफान जो होता है उससे that is called blizzard. Okay, so a blizzard comes and it made him sneeze. Okay, sneeze मतलब छींकना. So a blizzard comes, बहुत तेज तूफान आया, and it dropped me in a thicket. And the blizzard जो है तूफान में फंस के, where did the child go? The blizzard dropped me in a thicket. Thicket means thick bushes. Okay, thick bushes, झाड़ियों के अंदर. The tufan आया and it dropped the boy into the thicket, and it dropped the boy into thick bushes, where I battered both my knees. And when the snowstorm came and it dropped the child into thick bushes, both knees of the child got battered. Both the knees of the child got injured. Okay, so he escaped from the eagle, then he escaped from the blizzard, from the snowstorm, and then he injured both his knees. Okay. I was suddenly surrounded by a troop of savage trolls. Now what happens to him next? He was suddenly surrounded by a troop of savage trolls. Now there was a troop of savage trolls. Now what is a troll? Trolls are like ghosts, like shadows. Okay. Troll is like a ghost like shadow. When you imagine a ghost, भूत आप जब imagine करते हो तो you imagine a dark shadow, right? So trolls are also like a ghost like shadow. Okay, so now what happens? This kid is surrounded by savage trolls. Okay, savage means very dangerous. Okay, so these very dangerous ghosts were around the child now. Okay, troop means a group of ghosts. Okay, there was not just one ghost, the child is saying. The child is saying there was a troop, a group of dangerous trolls around me, or a group of dangerous ghosts around me, who maliciously informed me they would toss me over coals. Okay, so what this child says, that the trolls, the ghosts, informed me that they will toss me over coals. जैसे कि मैं trolls ने kid को कहा कि वो उसको कोयले के ऊपर, coals के ऊपर सेकेंगे. Okay, they would roast him over the coals. Okay, all this child is explaining. Okay, that this happened to me, that happened to me, eagle caught me, I was caught in a snowstorm. So all this is explained by the child. Okay, but a troop of savage trolls who maliciously informed me that they would toss me over coals. So the trolls, the ghosts, inform the child that they will toss the child over coals. कोयले के ऊपर they will toss the child. I was lucky to elude them. Elude means again to escape. Okay. So I was lucky. The child was lucky to elude them. The child escaped the trolls as well. He's escaping from everywhere. He's escaping from the anaconda. Then he escaped from the bears. Then he escaped from the tigers. Then he escaped from who? Then he escaped from eagle, right? Then he escaped from the eagle. Then he escaped from the blizzard, the snowstorm. And then he escaped from the trolls, from the ghosts. So how did the kid escape from the trolls? I was lucky to elude them. He escaped from the trolls. I was lucky to escape the trolls when they briefly looked away. So as soon as the trolls, as soon as the ghosts, they looked here and there. उन्होंने जैसे इधर उधर देखा, the boy escaped from there as well. And that's the reason why my homework isn't here with me today. So he's saying, and that is the reason all these things, adventures happened to me, and that is the reason I could not complete my homework because I had a fight with tiger, I had a fight with bears, I got an anaconda, I was caught in a snowstorm, I was taken by trolls, I was taken by an eagle. So all such kind of excuses, all such kind of unbelievable excuses he is giving. सारे ऐसे बहाने दे रहा है कि इसलिए मेरा homework नहीं हो पाया. Okay, so all these are believable, unbelievable excuses, but they are very funny. They are very entertaining. Okay, to listen to that. अच्छा ऐसा हो गया, ऐसा हो गया. These are not believable, right? It cannot happen to you. An eagle cannot come to you. You cannot be caught in a snowstorm. You cannot meet a tiger. You cannot have fight with bears. All this cannot happen. But this is the way of explaining is very entertaining. How the child explains it, that is very entertaining. Okay. Now let's see like how this poem is written. Okay. So for example, the poem is very rhyming. Okay. जैसे मैं पढ़ के बताती हूँ how the poem rhymes it. Okay. I was rescued by an eagle that descended from the skies to embrace me with its talons to my terror and surprise. So skies rhymes with surprise. Okay. But that raptor lost its perches when a blizzard made me sneeze, and it dropped me in a thicket where I battered both my knees. Okay, so sneeze, it rhymes with knees. Okay, sneeze rhymes with knees, and skies rhymes with surprise. Skies, surprise, sneeze, and knees. So this is a very rhyming quality of the poem. Okay. I was suddenly surrounded by a troop of savage trolls who maliciously informed me that they would toast me over coals. So trolls, it rhymes with coals. Okay. So this is the rhyming property of the poem. I was lucky to elude them when they briefly looked away. And that's the reason why my homework isn't here with me today. Okay. So away also rhymes with today. Similarly, in the next one also, there are rhyming things. So you should find all those rhyming words. Which word is rhyming with whom? For example, skies is rhyming with surprise. Sneeze is rhyming with knees. Trolls are rhyming with coals. And away is rhyming with today. So you have to find all those rhyming words. Which word is rhyming with whom? Okay. So that's make the poem very like a song. It makes the poem like a song. When there are rhyming words at the end of the sentences, rhyming words like skies, surprise, sneeze, knees, so it becomes like a song. The poem becomes very rhyming. Okay. So now for assignment number 3, as you have, I think you have completed assignment number 1 and 2. So now this is assignment number 3. For assignment number 3, you have to complete all these questions, this one and this one. So page number 56 and 57, you have to complete all those questions, and we'll be discussing these in the next lecture. Till then, you have to submit this assignment on Scholars ERP. Click a picture of your assignment and submit me on Scholars ERP. So I'll be waiting for your assignments. Until then, I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you so much.